This is an iHeart podcast.
You know who it is, Brandon Kyle Goodman. But this Pride Month, call me Messy Mother. On my podcast, Tell Me Something Messy, I'm diving into all the juicy stories and sizzling hot tea that'll make you want to live your life liberated and free. Nothing is off the table for our messy kikis. Plus, I'll be joined by star-studded guests like T.S. Madison and dragging messy stories out of guests like the one and only Katya. Ooh, I can't wait to get messy with you. Listen to Tell Me Something Messy on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Show me how good it can get today, God, and show the rest of the world what we already know. It can't get no better than being hella black, hella queer, and hella Christian. My name is Joseph Reeves. I am the creator and host of Hella Black, Hella Queer, Hella Christian, a fully black, fully queer, fully human, fully divine podcast from iHeartMedia. To Hella Black, Hella Queer, Hella Christian on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Why is a soap opera western like Yellowstone so wildly successful? The American West with Dan Flores is the latest show from the Meat Eater Podcast Network. So join me starting Tuesday, May 6th, where we'll delve into stories of the West and come to understand how it helps inform the ways in which we experience the region today.
Listen to The American West with Dan Flores on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
The OGs of Uncensored Motherhood are back and badder than ever.
I'm Erica.
And I'm Mila.
And we're the hosts of the Good Moms Bad Choices podcast, brought to you by the Black Effect Podcast Network every Wednesday.
Yeah, we're moms, but not your mommy.
Historically, men talk too much.
And women have quietly listened.
And all that stops here.
If you like witty women, then this is your tribe. Listen to the Good Moms Bad Choices podcast
every Wednesday
on the Black Effect Podcast Network, the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you go to find your podcast.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, is coming back to Las Vegas. September 19th and 20th.
On your feet!
Streaming live only on Hulu.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Bryan Adams, Ed Sheeran, Fade, Glorilla, Jelly Roll, Sean Fogerty, Lil Wayne, LL Cool J, Mariah Carey, Maroon 5, Sammy Hagar, Tate McRae, The Offspring, Tim McGraw. Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com. Get your tickets today. AXS.com.
It is time now for my strawberry letter for today. And if you need advice on relationships, dating, work, sex, parenting, and more, please submit your strawberry letter to steveharveyfm.com and click submit strawberry letter. We could be reading your letter live on the air, just like we're going to read this one right here, right now. And you never know, it could be yours.
It could be yours. Buckle up and hold on tight. We got it for you. Here it is. Strawberry letter.
Thank you, nephew. Subject, why is his stuff at his sister's house? Dear Stephen Shirley, my husband has a twin sister, and they're like frick and frack. I get along with her most of the time, but she's quick to jump on her brother's side when he and I disagree about stuff. I've told her that he might be her twin brother, but he is my husband and the father of my kids, so that trumps everything. She is one of those girls that doesn't like to hang around other females, and she'd rather have male friends. Because of that, she's single and miserable. I dreaded the day that she moved back to our city and bought a house. My husband was at her house for a straight week to unpack her and move furniture around. It didn't bother me that he helped his sister get settled because his twin is his best friend. What bothers me is that my husband has stuff at his twin sister's house. He has clothes and shoes in her guest room, and she said he brought the TV. He bought the TV that's in the room so he can chill in there when he comes over. His sister was giving me a tour of her house, and when we got to the guest room, she said, this is Jay's room. My husband tensed up and looked at me. I was looking at the box of baseball caps that belonged to him and the 2 t-shirts folded on the dresser. They were his shirts. I couldn't help but ask if he was moving in, and my husband started laughing nervously. He has TV and his clothes. Oh, and 1, I saw a pair of sneakers and slippers in the room. 2, I didn't know my husband was hanging out at his sister's house like that. I haven't said a word about it because his sister told me on purpose to cause friction between us. How do I ask my husband what's he up to and why is he over there so much? Okay, how do you ask your husband what he's up to? You just ask him. All right, you got to address this. This is a big gray elephant in the room and you got to do it today. I mean, it's silly to keep avoiding this. He is your husband. Ask him. All right, why are you over there so much? Then tell him to get his stuff from over there because he doesn't live there. Tell him you don't mind him visiting his twin, but he's doing too much. He really is. Tell him that his twin knew exactly what she was doing when she said, this is Jay's room. She knew it would upset me. She knew it would upset you. And you're right. She is trying to cause friction between you two. That's why your husband was acting nervous and laughing nervously when she was showing you around. He knows this isn't right. He's too comfortable over there. He already has a house, okay? Tell him it bothers you and how it makes you feel. You are his wife. He should want to make sure you're good at all times. You know the saying, unhappy wife, unhappy life. You know that saying. Tommy, let's go.
All right. I think you're in a lose situation. The wife is I think you're in just a no-win situation. This is, you are supposed to be your husband's best friend. You are. And that's not the case. He got a twin sister. And she is, by none, she is the best friend. They ride or die, evidently. You already stated, they freaking frack. They are who they are together, and they got a bond. And we already know most twins have a bond that's inseparable, and they are that. So now, where do you fall in this? Now your brother didn't move. Once a man got a TV somewhere and some slippers, it's a wrap. He has decided to set up shop. They roommates over there. He didn't set up shop at his sister's house. So that is he now has his own man cave at his sister's house. And that's where he likes to be. I'm not understanding why you can't say, the question was, how do I ask my husband? What the hell? What is all that? How do I ask him something? Ain't that your husband? Yes, because my wife sure asks me anything under the sun that she want to know. Right. So I don't understand why you can't say, hey, we got to have a conversation. What's going on here with you and your sister to the point where you got all your stuff over there? Once you see slippers, a TV, and you should have opened up some of these dressers. Is it some drawers over there? Because once a man got some drawers somewhere, that's where he stay. Okay, that's his other spot. So I really think that you guys need to have a sit-down conversation and discuss what it is. What are your boundaries? Do you not want this? What's bothering you? Are you bothered because there's clothes and shoes and all this over there? Apparently it's bothering you. And it would bother me too if my spouse set up shop somewhere else. I got an issue with that. But I ain't got no problem saying, hey, why the hell you got all your stuff over there? Right. It makes me think that my man is at the point of are you finna move out on me? Or it just feels weird. It just feels, but that is your sister. He loves his sister. But I will agree with you on this. The sister is messy as hell. Yes, she messy as all get out. And everybody knows it. Mm-hmm. And basically she at some point, your relationship finna turn. It's already turning. Mm-hmm. I don't think your husband ready to love. I don't. You don't think so? Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. And your sister-in-law ain't ready to. Your sister-in-law ain't ready to sister-in-law either.
Is that a spin-off? She doesn't even like women. She doesn't even have like girlfriends. She said she likes only men in her life. She doesn't even know what that sisterhood bond is all about. Apparently. But anyway, all right, Junior. You got something for us? I know you do.
Yeah, well, see, I don't see how this is difficult. Because what Tommy said is absolutely true. How do you ask your husband? You ask this man, why is he moving this stuff in? But there's a flip side to the coin. Okay. Since he's moving stuff in his sister's house, we gonna start moving stuff in somewhere else too. Oh, okay. All right. See, all right. Flip it. See, everybody's finna have clothes everywhere. And my job is if you got it in one place, I'm gonna have it in two. Okay. All right. Hold it right there, Junior. Hold it right there. We'll have part two
of your response coming up 23 minutes after the hour. The subject of today's Strawberry Letter: why is his stuff at his sister's place? We'll get back into it here from Junior right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
You know who it is, Brandon Kyle Goodman. But this Pride Month, call me Messy Mother. On my podcast, Tell Me Something Messy, I'm diving into all the juicy stories and sizzling hot tea that'll make you want to live your life liberated and free. Nothing is off the table for our messy kikis, be it cringy dates, best sex practices, family drama, or cultivating self-love. Plus, I'll be joined by star-studded guests like T.S. Madison. How can we not judge ourselves?
You just gotta tell yourself, like, girl, how old are you, bitch? And I love me a lot because
you do.
Bitch, I love these motherfucking back rolls. What are they? Back rolls. Back rolls.
And dragging messy stories out of guests like the one and only Katya.
I also got into the habit of wearing butt plugs to the gym.
Tell me about that.
Well, and I also work out with butt plugs in quite a bit because, like,
tell me everything.
Well, it's just first it feels good.
Yes.
And then second, it's like my little secret.
TMI, please tell me more. Every week we'll create a compassionate space to share the fullness of who we are. Ooh, I can't wait to get messy with you. Listen to Tell Me Something Messy on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Show me how good it can get today, God, and show the rest of the world what we already know. It can't get no better than being hella black, hella queer, and hella Christian. My name is Joseph Reeves. I am the creator and host of Hella Black, Hella Queer, Hella Christian, a fully black, fully queer, fully human, fully divine podcast that explores society, culture, and the intersections of faith and identity. Listen to Hella Black, Hella Queer, Hella Christian to hear conversations about what it means to sound the way you look.
I think what I've had to make peace with is that every iteration of my voice is given to me by God, and I love it.
Books that validated our identity.
The library now for me is a safe space as someone who is writing books that they're trying to take off of shelves.
And how we as black queer folks relate to our Christianity. Listen to Hella Black, Hella Queer, Hella Christian on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
The American West with Dan Flores is the latest show from the Meat Eater Podcast Network, hosted by me, writer and historian Dan Flores, and brought to you by Velvet Buck. This podcast looks at a West available nowhere else. Each episode, I'll be diving into some of the lesser-known histories of the West. I'll then be joined in conversation by guests such as Western historian Dr. Randall Williams and best-selling author and Meat Eater founder Stephen Ranella.
I'll correct my kids now and then where they'll say when cave people were here. And I'll say, it seems like the Ice Age people that were here didn't have a real affinity for caves. You know?
So join me starting Tuesday, May 6th, where we'll delve into stories of the West and come to understand how it helps inform the ways in which we experience the region today.
Listen to The American West with Dan Flores on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
The OGs of Uncensored Motherhood are back and badder than ever.
I'm Erica.
And I'm Mila.
And we're the hosts of the Good Moms, Bad Choices podcast, brought to you by the Black Effect Podcast Network every Wednesday. Historically, men talk too much.
And women have quietly listened.
And all that stops here.
If you like witty women, then this is your tribe.
With guests like Corinne Steffens.
I've never seen so many women protect predatory men. And then Me Too happened. And then everybody else want to get pissed off because the white said it was okay.
Problem.
My oldest daughter, her first day in 9th grade, and I called to ask how I was doing. She was like, "Oh, Dad, all they were doing was talking about your thing in class." I ruined my baby's first day of high school.
And Slumflower.
What turns me on is when a man sends me money. Like, I feel the moisture between my legs when a man sends me money. I'm like, oh my God, it's go time. You actually sent it?
Listen to the Good Moms, Bad Choices podcast
every Wednesday
on the Black Effect Podcast Network, the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you go to find your podcast.
What happens when we come face to face with death?
My truck was blown up by a 20-pound anti-tank mine.
My parachute did not deploy.
I was kidnapped by a drug cartel.
I just remember everything getting dark. I'm dying.
When we step beyond the edge of what we know.
To open our consciousness to something more than just what's in that Western box.
And we turn
I clinically died.
The heart stopped beating.
Which I was dead for 11.5 minutes.
My name is Dan Bush. My mission is simple: to find, explore, and share these stories.
I'm not a victim, I'm a survivor.
You're strongest when you're the most vulnerable.
To remind us what it means to be alive.
Not just that I was the guy that cut his arm off, but I'm the guy who was smiling when he cut his arm off.
Alive Again, a podcast about the fragility of life, the strength of the human spirit, and what it means to truly live. Listen to Alive Again on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.
Hey everybody, it's your favorite play cousin Junior. And you know what? I love having cookouts in the summertime, but it is so expensive. But have you heard about what Sam's Club is doing though? With locked in summer value until July 22nd, prices are held over on 1,000 items, from paper plates to trash bags to sunscreen to ice cream, even apple pie. It's a no-brainer to join Sam's Club because locked in summer value can help you save on all the things you need to have a great summer. I plan on joining. I think you should too. Go sign up for a membership and join Sam's Club today at samsclub.com/join.
All right, guys, it is time to recap today's Strawberry Letter. The subject is his stuff. Why is his stuff at his sister's house? Okay, this woman wrote in, her husband has a twin sister. They're really, really close. They're like frickin' frack, she says. She says she gets along with her sister most of the time, but the twin sister, is quick to jump on her twin brother's side if they disagree about anything, the husband and wife. And, she said, the wife said that she's told her that he might be her twin brother, but he is her husband and the father of her children. So that trumps everything. But it seems like that's not getting through to the twin sister because she keeps, doing these little digs and trying to separate them. Now, she bought a house. And her brother, moved in. Her twin brother has pretty much moved in. He's got clothes over there. He bought a TV. The guest room is now his. The twin sister was showing the wife around and she said, that's Jay's, the husband. That's his room. So the wife is feeling like, why are you putting your clothes in your twin sister's house? Why are you moving in? What is going on over here? You bought a TV. You're chilling. You got slippers over here. What is going on? So, the sister's like, well, yeah, the twin sister's trying to divide them. She sees it. She's trying to cause tension between them. So the wife wants to know, Junior, why is he over there so much, and how does she ask her husband what he's up to?
Yeah, you ask him, but since you having a problem, ask him. So he's moving clothes in at his twin sister's house. Okay. Now, you can do, if that's the game we playing, then let's play the game. I'm finna start moving clothes to some friends and sisters, siblings' houses as well. Since you moved in one, I'm gonna move stuff in two. See, my goal is to make you be with me so much, we gonna be twins. You not gonna even.
Don't you like it?
You and your sister just gonna be siblings. We gonna be twins.
Yeah,
that's the whole goal.
Okay.
You gonna have to be with me. You gonna be chasing me so much, you gonna be my twin. Because there's no way for you to feel this way, and this is your husband. Like Tommy said, you got kids with this man. You are married to this man. I know he loves his twin sister, but it seems like you trying to move on. Well, let me get to moving on too. We're gonna find out what kind of marriage we really have.
Yeah.
If you playing this type of game, let my wife move all her stuff out. Because I'm gonna tell you one thing a man can't stand. Not knowing where his woman is after 9 p.m.
Okay.
Hello.
All right.
Hello. You got to call me by 9 and let me know where you at or what you doing.
9 p.m.
Because I have a responsibility to you. In the same way, I have a responsibility to her to tell her where I'm at when I'm doing.
Yeah.
About 9 p.m.
Okay.
If I'm gonna be out late, I can call and say that. But never can I say I'm moving in at my sister's house with all my stuff. I ain't coming home tonight.
Right.
Oh, you ain't coming home tonight. Well, these gonna be some unwatched children.
Wow.
These kids gonna be growing up so fast. When last time you seen your mama? About last time I seen you 3 days ago.
Yeah, not
she ain't
cool.
been here.
Yeah. And she's not even saying that she doesn't mind her husband chilling at his twin sister's house. That's not even the case. But you're moving stuff in, buying TVs, buying furniture, all that. No, you don't live there permanently. No, that address is not on your driver's license. No.
But it's like, Carla, can you go? Can Taj go somewhere at one of his siblings' house and just set up shop? I wouldn't care.
That's when you've been married way long.
We've been married, about 22 years this year? I don't care.
Go on. Okay, baby.
Good. I can make this room a closet. Bye.
I don't believe that for a second, but okay.
By 12:30 at night. Okay, now you playing. Now keep on.
Right.
There's no way.
That's how she feels in her mind.
Can I move this right? When are you gonna get your stuff?
Man, I've been trying to move to the guest room for the last 3 years. I ain't gonna lie
Thank you. But no, I hear exactly what you guys are saying.
Yeah.
But the sister is just pouring salt in the wound.
She really is.
She's making the wife jealous.
Yeah.
And all that. But
And there's always somebody who ain't got nobody. It's always somebody who ain't got nobody.
Yeah. This is Jay's room. Now, why would you say that to his wife? Why would you say that to his wife?
I wouldn't mind my husband having a room at his twin's house. I don't know. That just wouldn't bother me like that. But it just depends. The sister is just, she on some, she's calculating.
You know,
she's real,
You know what she's on. We can't say it, but you know what she's on. Yes.
And maybe the wife can reverse it. Put her stuff at her sibling's house. Like you said, Junior.
Yeah, that's
move
what
all
Junior
your stuff over there. Yeah. Just like
the part that also got me was she didn't know how to ask her husband. How do I ask my husband is what she said, what he's up to. That part I didn't get.
Yeah, that's,
you know.
What wife says that? What wife don't know how to talk to their husband?
Yeah, just go right on in there. What's happening?
What are you doing?
With your twin, what's going on?
What is all of this?
You know what Jackie would say to me? What the hell is all your stuff doing over here? What is going on? What is you doing?
Yeah, you buying
Get your
TVs?
stuff and put it in a bag and get it back to the house. What is all your stuff doing over here?
Exactly, guys. All right. Thank you so much. Post your comments on today's Strawberry Letter at Steve Harvey FM on Instagram and on Facebook. And check out the Strawberry Letter podcast on the free iHeart Radio app. Free never sounded so good. You can download it today.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
You know who it is, Brandon Kyle Goodman. But this Pride Month, call me Messy Mother. On my podcast, Tell Me Something Messy, I'm diving into all the juicy stories and sizzling hot tea that'll make you want to live your life liberated and free. Nothing is off the table for our messy kikis. Plus, I'll be joined by star-studded guests like T.S. Madison and dragging messy stories out of guests like the one and only Katya. Ooh, I can't wait to get messy with you. Listen to Tell Me Something Messy on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Show me how good it can get today, God, and show the rest of the world what we already know. It can't get no better than being hella black, hella queer, and hella Christian. My name is Joseph Reeves. I am the creator and host of Hella Black, Hella Queer, Hella Christian, a fully black, fully queer, fully human, fully divine podcast from iHeartMedia. To Hella Black, Hella Queer, Hella Christian on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Why is a soap opera western like Yellowstone so wildly successful? The American West with Dan Flores is the latest show from the Meat Eater Podcast Network. So join me starting Tuesday, May 6th, where we'll delve into stories of the West and come to understand how it helps inform the ways in which we experience the region today.
Listen to The American West with Dan Flores on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
The OGs of Uncensored Motherhood are back and badder than ever.
I'm Erica.
And I'm Mila.
And we're the hosts of the Good Moms, Bad Choices podcast, brought to you by the Black Effect Podcast Network every Wednesday.
Yeah, we're moms, but not your mommy.
Historically, men talk too much.
And women have quietly listened.
And all that stops here.
If you like witty women, then this is your tribe. Listen to the Good Moms, Bad Choices podcast
every Wednesday
on the Black Effect Podcast Network, the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you go to find your podcast.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, is coming back to Las Vegas. September 19th and 20th.
On your feet!
Streaming live only on Hulu.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Bryan Adams, Ed Sheeran, Fade, Glorilla, Jelly Roll, Sean Fogerty, Lil Wayne, LL Cool J, Mariah Carey, Maroon 5, Sammy Hagar, Tate McRae, The Offspring, Tim McGraw. Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com. Get your tickets today. AXS.com.
This is an iHeart podcast.